In this podcast, I'm going to talk about some of the reasons why mindfulness might be helpful to us with our parenting. It's quite a lot of information here, so I'm also going to put it in a handout. I guess while you're listening to me, what I want you to focus on are the reasons that resonate with you. Why might mindfulness be important for your parenting? There are 6 main points that I'm going to make, and I'll flag them with you as we go through. But again, as I said, what I really want you to concentrate on are the reasons that resonate with you. What's important about the mindfulness for your parenting? So the first point I wanted to make today was that mindfulness slows us down through our breathing, through stopping and helping us notice what's happening in the here and now. So why might this be important in our parenting a baby? When we go too quickly, our baby can become overwhelmed or overstimulated, which can lead our baby to become distressed. Babies work very hard to keep up with us. Everything is new to them. Slowing ourselves down to their place allows us to notice details in their communications. When we slow ourselves down to their pace, it allows them to feel that we're in sync with them. Number 2, mindfulness helps us regulate our emotions. That is, it helps us to regulate our emotions so there's less fluctuation in our moods. We stay on a more even keel, and as a result, we tend to feel more in control. Why would this be important when we're parenting a baby? When we feel in control, we're better able to respond to the needs of our baby. This helps her feel safe and more in control. When we respond to the needs of our baby and can calm their anxieties, they feel less overwhelmed by their feelings. This in turn assists them to regulate their own emotional states. So babies learn to manage their feelings over time by having you manage their feelings. And we can really only effectively do that if we can manage our own feelings. Number 3, mindfulness helps us to becoming attuned. Mindfulness increases our attunement to our baby and their needs. Noticing, observing and reflecting on our baby's states increases our ability to be in tune or in sync with them. Attunement means being able to match our baby's states and what they're doing. Why would this be important when we're parenting a baby? It incorporates the ability to attend to our baby in a warm and sensitive manner consistently over time. This means we're able to distinguish their needs from our own. This attunement helps us to get to know them as the little individuals that they are and increases our sensitivity in responding to their needs. It's really important for you to get to know your baby because they come to know themselves by being known by others. This is especially true in those first few years of life. They learn about themselves by reading the way that we respond to them, especially the primary caregivers. So how you respond tells them if they're lovable, they're interesting, they're funny, or they're delightful. Number 4, mindfulness enhances our reflective capacity. Mindfulness allows us to enter a reflective state. It helps us to reflect on our mind and the mind of others. States of mind like thoughts and feelings, needs, wishes, wants, desires and intentions reside in each of us. The ability to recognise these internal psychological states in ourselves and others leads us to understand ourselves and others, including our babies. This helps to develop and maintain healthy communication and relationships. Why would this be important in parenting a baby? Strong emotions can emerge when nurturing a vulnerable and utterly dependent little being. Sometimes these strong feelings can seem to come from our baby, but might actually belong to us or our past. So learning to own our own emotional experiences is really important when we're parenting. Reflecting on our feeling states can help clarify where they've come from. Mindfulness encourages us to make a space in our mind for our baby. Without making a space, it's difficult to think about them as a unique and separate little being and to consider what they need. Mindfulness also strengthens our capacity to meaningfully reflect on our baby's experience and interpret their thoughts and feelings. This enhanced reflective capacity is important for noticing their cues and responding appropriately and sensitively to their needs. This is what our baby needs, having us slow down, make a space in our mind for them, and the ability to observe them in the present moment, becoming attuned and then think about what they might need from us in that moment. Mindfulness and reflection helps us to do all of this. So this oscillating between being in the present moment, noticing our baby, and then reflecting on what their experience might be is a skill that can help us immensely in understanding our baby and meeting their needs. This program extends beyond mindfulness skills to also incorporate those reflective skills, as the two skills really go hand in hand and are actually believed to be crucial in establishing a secure attachment with your baby. So in this program, we'll oscillate or go back and forth between mindfulness and reflection, and we do this with a focus on you, and then that focus on your baby, and then that focusing on the two of you. Hopefully that's making sense. Okay, number 5. Mindfulness helps us to appreciate the moments. Mindfulness can help us appreciate the small things in life. It encourages us to be present for everyday moments, which can be experienced as special. So when we're mindful, we're open to noticing the beauty in the little things. This can increase our sense of overall happiness or contentment. So why might this be important in parenting a baby? In turn, the ability to appreciate the small things can help our adjustment to parenting a baby. There's this transition required from our pre-baby external rewards, which tend to have an external focus, for instance, wage, recognition for effort or completion of task. This is in opposition to the internal rewards of parenting, which sometimes need to be found in the everyday tasks. So appreciating the small moments of doing a good job in playing with your baby, or feeding your baby, changing or soothing them, or just being present when they're distressed are all aspects of parenting job that can go unnoticed. The external rewards from your baby come when they smile at you or reach out for you. Mindfulness can increase the enjoyment at this special time, even with the many difficult and mundane components of parenting a newborn. The mundane bits are often when we tune out or get frustrated or fed up, and that tuning out can mean that we miss it. We can get so caught up in the tasks of parenting, the changing of the nappies and the feeding, etc., that we can miss the moments that our baby is trying to connect with us. For example, have you ever been so caught up in the tasks of changing your baby's nappy, making sure she's properly cleaned, got cream in all the right places, nappies back on just right, not too loose, not too tight, clothes back in place, all nicely matching, that you completely miss the effort that your baby has put into trying to connect with you, trying to catch your attention or your eye, smiling or crying, babbling or gesturing? Think about what this experience is like for your baby. They have you right there in front of them. Their focus is completely different than yours at these times. Number 6, mindfulness helps us focus on process rather than outcome. So through mindfulness, we're encouraged to appreciate the process of living our lives from moment to moment. If we're being mindful, we're more aware of the process of working towards goals and all of the moments that make up that process. This differs from noticing only when we've achieved a goal. So in our society, we tend to measure success based on outcome or goal attainment, such as an income level or educational attainment or a job status. Much is made of the milestones in achieving these things, but the process by which they're achieved is often minimalised or overlooked. That is, we may celebrate a job promotion, the outcome or the goal, but not necessarily celebrate or notice all the moments that are involved in leading up to achieving that goal. So why might that be important, or this be important when we're parenting a baby? This idea of noticing and appreciating the process, not just the outcome, is really relevant in parenting, as there can be an emphasis on your baby achieving developmental milestones. The recognition of your baby's reaching milestones can be really reassuring for us as parents. Developmental milestones can provide a guide for us to notice change, progression, and development in our baby. But it can also be at the expense of noticing the richness of what is going on for her between those developmental points. For instance, you might celebrate, even brag a little, about the achievement of your baby beginning to crawl. So this is the outcome or the development goal. But it is also important to appreciate the moments that led up to her achieving that goal. So the commando crawling, the getting up on all fours, the rocking back and forth, navigating around furniture, the growing confidence in exploring, the ability to separate from you as they aim for the other side of the room, and so on, all the little bits. Of course, it's natural and reassuring to feel proud that your baby's reaching these developmental milestones. But focusing on the outcome of each developmental achievement is different to getting to know your baby. Accepting them for who they are and recognising them as an individual in their own right, with their own temperament, their own set of preferences, and focusing on the process of that development and the emerging self. So focusing on process can enhance joy and celebrating who your baby is, rather than just those milestones that they achieved. Okay, so I've outlined some of the ways in which mindfulness might be helpful in parenting. I hope that it's made you think a little about why mindfulness might be useful for you or your parenting. And as I said before, I've also put some of this information on a handout if you wanted to look at it a little bit more closely.